Hey, Johnny. Good, bud. You? I'm the PR guy today, too. So I don't know where he is, but yep.
Johnny, same lineup today?
Yes.
Corby.
Corpy and net, yep.
John, what's the biggest difference your team's getting good results lately?
Corpy. Big reason why, for a guy that's been thrusted into a situation like we have this year, Brian, he's played really well. And we've scored some timely goals, have defended well at certain times, still inconsistent. But I think we're playing off of him. You very well know, playing the position. We're playing off of him, so he's been the mainstay for us here in the last little while. His mindset, and I've said this, we've talked about when Subban, I forget how many games ago it was, scored from center ice in our building. I wasn't sure what was going to happen with him. You know, you can go one way or another, and he is. What's nice about him is even when he's playing really well, his personality doesn't change. He's flatline as far as where he is, as far as preparation, as far as just the way he carries himself. So that's really encouraging.
John, what have you learned about Seth Jones that maybe you didn't know about him before the acquisition?
Still learning. I kind of watch him from a distance as far as how he's reacting with his teammates. Seems like a pretty quiet guy, but I think he's getting more involved with his teammates. We've put him in positions where in Nashville he wasn't getting the minutes, he wasn't being put into a top line type situation, and that's what I like. He wants more. He wants to continue to grow. He knows he needs to grow. I want to make sure, Johnny, that we don't consider him the savior at 21 years old, playing a tough position, the toughest position in the game. So we're trying to bring him along very in a conservative way, but also giving him things to take a bite out of, if I can put it that way. A right-handed defenseman, 21, playing with Murr as a left-handed defenseman, it's really encouraging for the future of the organization.
What have you thought about his decision-making as far as when to jump up in the play, when to stay back in defense?
Well, to me, the decision-making there is be as aggressive as you possibly can. I'd rather have him make a mistake jumping up too much, Bob, versus just sitting back and trying to pick your spots. We'll curb it. We'll teach as far as that part of the game. And he's really the best I've seen him was the second half of the game in Calgary, where I thought he was very aggressive. And we're hoping our other D follow in suit there to see. Everybody has a green light. I think at times during our year we have been in our end zone quite a bit in defending, where it's hurt us a little bit getting up the ice. But I want all our guys, and I think he can lead the way there in teaching us that let's get going.
In the Calgary game, you had Carlson's line kind of dominated that game, got you the 2 goals.
Mm-hmm.
Last game, it was the Dubinsky-Atkinson line dominating. How much would you like to get a little bit more balance spread out?
Well, if we can get more than one line going, maybe we'll crack that 2-goal barrier. We need to put pressure on ourselves to get that 3rd goal, that 4th goal. Hard to do in this league here where it's tough to score. But, I look at, although it's still Doobie, that breakaway, that's a huge play for us, where if we get that 3rd goal, maybe that gets us into a situation where you win that hockey game. So it's a matter of getting, you talk about balance, we just need more looks from a number of lines within a 60-minute hockey game. And maybe that'll help us.
So do you see elements of Seth Jones where you say, yeah, this kid's dad was a professional athlete? Do you sense that some guys get it like that on that level?
I don't look to it deeply that way. I'm just watching Zeth as far as how he plays, how he prepares. I don't get too far much away from just him, because he still has to. He has quite a bit to learn too about the game, and as I was saying earlier, I just don't want to put him in a situation where that he has it all figured out and he's going to carry the load here. He's not ready to do that. He's taking a step in the right direction coming to us, being put in more spots than he was in Nashville. Two did very well. Lavi and the staff and the players around him, really good people to be around. But he's in a little bit of different situation here. And so we just want to go step by step with him.
If you had to urge him to be more physical.
Yeah, I think that's part of a game that's part of his game that I think needs to be more consistent. He has a good stick. Having a good stick in this league is very important, but that can't take away closing people out either. Playing proper defense, I think, is leading with your stick, trying to get stick on puck, but also when there's times to stop plays coming out of the corner, that's when you need to lean on the player. So for all defensemen on our team, and I think throughout the league, that's something you're constantly working on, is not letting teams play out of the corner. And Jonesy certainly is going to be pushed in that area too.
It doesn't come naturally to him. It's just a personality.
I'm not so sure. I think Jonesy, and again, I'm just beginning to understand him. I watch him. I think he self-talks. I watch him self-talking, and to him, I think he gets pissed. Sometimes I'm not sure at who. But I am always, I think it's my job, an important part of my job is to get that player in a whole different area as far as how hard you play. No matter if you think you're playing hard, you're probably not playing hard enough. And that's how you get better as a player. That's my job, to bring that up and to point that out and to keep pushing that. So not just singling out him, but for all our players. That's something you can control. I think it's something that really pushes you to another level as a complete player. So we're always looking at that on video and talking about it.
Torts, I've heard you say before with previous teams, you have to learn how to win in the third period in close games. Is your team where they need to be yet?
No, we have certainly, Johnny, we've played a lot of close games. I'm not sure what the one-goal games are. We've been in third periods and very close, either up a goal or down a goal. We wouldn't be sitting wherever we're at right now, 27th or 28th, with the record that we have if we have solved that problem. Because the league is such a league where the games are so close and there's so much parity that those momentum swings in the third period or that big defensive play or that big save you get, that's what turns it into a win versus a loss. We certainly haven't been consistent there.
John, what have you seen or not seen out of Nick since he's come back from his injury?
Nick Foligno. I thought Nick played with more edge the other night than I've seen him in quite a while. I think that's very important for Nick, is the competitive part of his game and playing with an edge. I thought it was there more of the last game than any of the prior ones. I am going to get him more ice time tonight to try to get him into a situation, because I've just seen him play so much better than he has this year. He's lost some ice time with me. I thought he met me halfway the other night in showing me that he's willing to play with that edge. So he's going to get some more time tonight, and he's a very important guy for our team. You guys have seen him play. And you've seen him play at a whole different level than he has this year. We've got to try to get him there.
Coach, when you look at the various challenges you face this year, injuries, growing pains, if you will, especially with the core guys that you're going to go forward with, is this where you can really lay the foundation for where you want to get?
As far as where we're at right now?
Where you want to go?
Yeah, I mean, there's no illusions. We know where we're at this time of year. As far as in the standings, it can't affect the process. I mean, we can't talk playoffs right now, obviously. That shouldn't even be in our vocabulary. But the word that needs to be in our head and what we talk about is the process of becoming a better team. The word identity is something we always talk about. I still don't think we have fully grasped what it takes to get to have the identity that we want to have here. And that's the teaching part of it that we are going to bang away here this last quarter of the season. I'm not sure where it takes us, but that is going to be a steady message that we are going to keep banging away on how you're supposed to play, how you play the right way, and everybody needs to be accountable to that.
So when you put a regular top 6 or top 9 guy on the fourth line, do you take into account this is the captain or this is the captain?
No. Well, I shouldn't say that. I am always, of course I do. It bothers me I played Nick 12 minutes the other night. I don't want to play him 12 minutes. I don't. But I don't make those decisions. The decisions are made by the player in what he's doing for the team in a consistent basis. And Portia, you've been with me long enough now. I'm an open book when the game starts. And I think that is something that I think is beginning to change here. I am not going to change that I'm not going to get too involved in how much you make, what draft pick you were, where you are in the hierarchy of the locker room. I need to have a lineup understanding that there is going to be accountability, and it's going to be done through merit. And Nick and I have a really good relationship. We talk about this all the time because I want him to be one of our top players. He has to be if we get where we want to go. But it's not going to be given, and I don't care who you are.
All right.
Good. Thanks, guys.